Hello, my dear folks. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to the show. Jack Chow hosting on East West with G&E TV. There are different ways to start your year with, and we used to call it, we love to call it a time, a moment for resolutions, right? And first we call it a celebration, then we call it a moment of celebration. Well, at this show, we also want to call it a moment of commemoration. What do we commemorate? We commemorate what happened in human history, in human race history, that we do not want to happen again. What happened in human history that we still feel the pain about, and we want our posterities never to suffer the same thing. So that is today's topic. Today's topic is for us to recall the Nanking Massacre that happens 1937 in the beautiful city of Nanking. And it so happened I learned last Saturday a piece of news that in Nanking, they created two companies, taxi companies, one using Japanese Nissan cars and the other using Japanese Toyota cars to cover the whole city as their taxi service. What a big business, right? And yet it is just at the moment when I was preparing for this show to commemorate the massacre for this 77th anniversary, I saw that news.
Wow.
It was such a blow to me, I cried. Why I cry? I cry for the fact that people forget easy. People forget easy. We're not. We're like elephants. We never forget. Okay, let's do the show. Let's put together the thoughts for our audiences as a wake-up call to be alert about there's still the militarized nationalism there. There's still danger there. Peace is never made for granted. You have to work out with it. So joining me in the discussion is my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, a book writer, and I call him a philosopher, a love of peace, and a lover of peace. And also my good friend, Mark Liu. He is the founder and the CEO of the Commemoration Committee of Nanking Massacre in Los Angeles, and he's also working on other anti-Nazism, Nazism organizations to also to make the wake-up calls to people. So to both of you gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for honoring me by being here with my friend Mark.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Maybe I should rephrase it. You are warmly welcome to the first ever important show of the year in commemoration of in celebration of the new year, in commemoration of human race massacres.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now, the news has it that this year's commemoration of the Nanking Massacre on the 77th anniversary is going to be a big hit. Because this year, we celebrate the victory of World War II. Justice finally won also.
Yes, right? Correct.
So what's your comment? Well, let's start with Mark, please, about this year's activities.
Well, people said history lives when people remember. So we make the history lives alive. And by one way that we remember. So the 70th anniversary of the victory, we should make it lives forever to remember what happened 70 years ago. And what happened before that 70 years about World War II. So what we could do is keep remembering. Otherwise, if we forgot, it comes to be repeat again. So let's remember and do the commemoration.
Let's remember. Good. Ken, what's your comment?
Well, let me say that the men and women that served in World War II, that saved the world, preserved freedom, and did away with tyranny at that point in time are my hero group. I lost 2 of them, my dear friends in their 90s, one that fought the Nazis, one that fought the Japanese.
Oh.
And so, and earlier in a show previously, I had said to you, I visited Berlin, and all over Berlin they have signs that says "Never forget."
Never
so
forget.
they man up to what they did, okay? And so I give them credit for that. I don't necessarily give forgiveness, but they man up, and everywhere it's all about never forget. Now, I don't think we have that same. I also went to Tokyo to check out the society and everything, and they don't have those signs, and there's some denial of things like the massacre we're talking about. So we cannot forget.
It is high time we put it as our #1 slogan, never forget,
Yes,
not
sir.
to forget, right?
Yes, sir.
And there's an additional reason for us to not forget is that they want our island. They want somebody's island themselves. They never stopped wanting somebody's land. Okay, and the risk is there, the danger is there, animals are there. So we have to be alert about it. Now,
Yes.
here's a philosophy, and I also was informed by lots of people my age and even younger age. They say, even people at my age do not exactly know the details about what happened during the Nanking Massacre, let alone the young people. To them, it's just a name, just a quote unquote, right? So, can we please, if I may, bring our audiences about what exactly happened during the darkest 6 weeks of Nanking in the year of 1937, please.
Right.
Yeah, Mark knows better about it.
Well, 1937, December 13. Now it's the National Memorial Day of the Nanking Massacre victims. And we know that was the day the Japanese sieged the Nanking city. And after they get into the city, what they do was massacre. Killing, raping.
As a sport.
Yeah. So even all those Westerners, they organized the international committee, meaning to have a safety zone, the neutral zone for refugees. They witnessed everything. They write it down in their diary, and also they send letters outside to Nanking, from Nanking, to ask for help. With all those records, documents, but even now, Japan still denied what was happening. When you mentioned about 2 taxi companies, they acquired all the Japanese vehicles in Nanjing. It was quite astonishing.
And by the way, the #1 guy of Nanjing is arrested now. He's in jail. I don't know what he did. Corruption. In the anti-corruption war of China, now this guy falls in the pit. All right. What a good news. I wish I had 4 hands to do the clapping. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. There must be something going on with it, some dirty deals. Or otherwise, he will not dare to go against the will of at least the Nanking people to do something of that nature on that year when we try to commemorate in tears about our people who died by the slaughter, in the slaughter. Right. Now, let's go ahead, please.
And for all those 6 weeks, with the photos taken by American ministers, I mean those missionaries, John McGee and all the others, including YMCA's director, George Fitch, they took the photos and even the films. Now it's all in the museum of the Nanking Massacre victims. I really do encourage people to go on the website to take a look at those records and see those photos and the films. They can check it and they can search it on YouTube or Youku. It's better than just the words.
And by the way, I may need to do a little insertion. My appreciation is a personal appreciation also on behalf of this show, though, extends to our crew, our huge crew, led by a wonderful girl, Nikki Ling, prepared the clips for us. And the original footage was taken by Mr. John McGee. And he was such a wonderful man that I salute to him for his daring to shoot at the very moment, any single second, he could be
risk
shot
his
to
own
death.
life.
Right? He should be killed because the Japanese invaders tried to seal that area, seal the whole city, and they did not want the rest of the world to know. And he did copy exactly, even at moments when heads being chopped off. Right. So I really appreciate that we have a wonderful team, wonderful crew that did a great job for our audiences. Ken, how much do you know as a white guy? When I say white guy, I say jokingly.
Yeah.
But
Blue eyes.
Yeah, sure. Blue eyes.
Yeah.
Is it a blue or is it hazel?
Beautiful blue.
Hazel. Look hazel to me.
Beautiful blue.
Look hazel. Sometimes you're hazel or foggy or whatever. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, well, one little piece of information that I think enhances our discussion is that the Japanese had thought they would be able to conquer China in a very, very short period of time. And so they originally attacked Shanghai. And the Shanghai Chinese army and people put up a far resistance more. And so it took them a lot longer than they thought to get to take over Shanghai. And they were irritated to the max by that. And they wanted to put incredible punishment on the Chinese when they got to Nanking to pay for the delays and the losses they had in Shanghai. Is that fair, Mark?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right, my dear audiences, let's take a short moment. When we come back, we try to go into even deeper about what they did to Nanking during that massacre of 1937 that we commemorate on its 77th anniversary. Stay with us, please, my dear friend, my dear audiences. I believe you and I share the same heart. Thank you.